With Erling Haaland recently scoring his 100th goal for Manchester City and all the records that he is breaking, it made me think about something. Are there any Premier League records that will never be broken? So I did a little bit of research and I've come up with a list of Premier League records that I personally believe will never be broken by anyone. But before I jump into the video, I want to ask you guys a question. Alan Shearer is the all-time top goal scorer in the Premier League with 260 goals, right? Haaland is currently on 73, which means he is still 187 goals away. So my question to you guys is, do you think Haaland will break Alan Shearer's record, or do you think Shearer's safe and he doesn't have to worry about it? Personally, I believe if Harry Kane stayed in the Premier League and didn't go to Bayern Munich, he would have broken it, but I guess we'll never know. Anyway, let's jump straight into the first record with the longest reigning manager, and that was Arsene Wenger, who managed Arsenal for 7,894 days, or 21 and a half years. Now, in a day and age when managers are replaced every 2 or 3 seasons, I just personally can't see anyone ever even coming close to this, never mind breaking it. Just to put into perspective how long Arsene Wenger was at Arsenal for, Pep Guardiola has been at Man City for 8 years, right? And he's already seemed like, you know, he's been there forever. But to even break this record, he would need to be there for another 14 years, right? All the way until 2038. Personally, I just can't see that happening. I think Pep would get bored of managing Man City for that long. And to be honest, like I said, managers get replaced every 2 or 3 seasons nowadays, with the slight exception. But I just can't see this one being broken. Arsene Wenger is one of the best managers the Premier League has ever seen. He's the only manager to go the whole season unbeaten. And for that reason, I think he deserves a record. And this one, I'm going to say, will be his forever. The next record is another absolutely ridiculous one when you deep it and really start to think about it, with the most clean sheets in the Premier League being held by Petr Cech. Petr Cech kept 202 clean sheets, which is 33 more than David James in second place with 169. Cech also managed to keep 202 clean sheets in 443 games, which when you think about it and do the maths, it's basically a clean sheet every 2.2 games. So when you really think about it, that is ridiculous. Petr Cech also holds the record for the most clean sheets in a season with 24 in 38 games in 2004 to 2005, and he is also tied with Joe Hart for the most Golden Gloves with 4. In my opinion, Cech was the best goalkeeper in the Premier League ever. You know, I don't see Alisson or Ederson or anyone else really making this. David De Gea I think he had like over 160 something, but this is just an unbelievable record and I can't see anyone beating Cech. However, this does actually kind of link me to my next record because it's Chelsea related, and Chelsea actually hold the record for the most games unbeaten at home with 86 games. Let me just put this into perspective for you guys, right? That run was from 20th of March 2004 all the way until the 5th of October 2008. Now, in this time, they had 4 different managers and they still managed to not lose a game at home. Man City are currently on a run of their own with 33 games, but they still have 54 games to go, which is a lot of games. Honestly, to go over 4 years without losing a game at home would have to take some incredible players and team to do that business, and I just can't see anyone breaking this one, so I think Chelsea's safe with this. But let's see if City can do it. If anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Man City. Next up, we have another record by a goalkeeper with the most consecutive matches played in. Now, Brad Friedel played 310 matches consecutively without getting injured or a red card or missing one over an 8-year period between August 2004 and September 2012. He did this for 4 different clubs, including Blackburn, Aston Villa and Tottenham. And I'm missing someone off the top of my head, but I'll put it up here. But honestly, that's a great achievement. And, you know, in this day and age with the amount of games that players play and the injuries that players get so regularly, I just can't see anyone ever breaking this. And if someone is going to break it, it's going to be a goalkeeper. But even then, I can't see it. Next up, we have a recently new broken record, right, by James Milner, who has set the record for the most consecutive seasons played in. With the start of the 24-25 season, Milner has just started his 23rd straight season in the Premier League. That is unbelievable. Now, if you're wondering who Milner took the record from, then he took the record from Ryan Giggs, who played 22 seasons. Now, in this day and age, players are breaking through later and players are retiring a lot younger. And I just can't see anyone breaking this, because honestly, I can see James Milner playing again next season as well and setting it to 24. So, Milner, I think you've got a record pretty safe. However, it is not all sad news for Ryan Giggs, because he does have a Premier League record with the most Premier League title wins. Giggs won 13 titles during his 22 years at Manchester United. And just to put that into perspective, there's 6 current players on 6 title wins, right? Those players are De Bruyne, Ederson, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, Kyle Walker, and the only person I can really see beating this record, maybe, is Phil Foden. But even then, those 6 players are 8 title wins away from breaking the record. A few of them are getting older. You know, like I said, the only one that's more than likely going to break it, if he stays at Man City maybe, is Phil Foden. Now, the last record we're going to go for in this video is quite an impressive one. And to beat this would take some, I don't know, you'd have to be an unreal striker, or you'd have to play against a god-awful team. This record is the most goals scored in one football half, and it is held by Jermaine Defoe, who scored 5 goals in the second half in a 9-2 win over Wigan. Actually, I'm going to correct myself there. It was a 9-1 win over Wigan, just to rub salt into the Wigan wounds, I guess. Now, Erling Haaland has scored 3 goals in a half multiple times. But after doing a bit of research, I couldn't find anyone that scored 4 goals in one half. If you guys, you know, are going to correct me, please let me know. I'd love to learn. But I couldn't find anywhere a player that scored 4 goals in one half. Now, like I said, I just can't see anyone ever scoring 6 goals in a Premier League half, because you'd have to be either like playing against a god-awful team, or you just have to be very, very lucky and just, I don't know, somehow score 6 goals. If anyone ever did beat that record, it would be absolutely ridiculous. But I think Defoe can feel pretty safe, because I can't see it going anywhere. Anyway, guys, they are some Premier League records that I think will never, ever be broken. But I'm sure you guys will have something to say. So if you think any of these records will be broken, let me know in the comments below and tell me which ones you think, well, can be broken. And don't forget, at the start of the video, I asked you guys, do you think Erling Haaland is going to beat Alan Shearer's record of 260 goals in the Premier League? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I personally, I can't see it. I don't think so. I think we'll end up leaving at some point. But guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do smash that like button. And you know what, we might just do a part 2 to this video, because there's a lot of records that, you know, there's a lot more records that probably still won't be beaten. Also, guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are trying to hit 110 subscribers before the end of October. And we might just make it with a little push. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I really do appreciate it. It does mean a lot. And make sure you guys stick around, and I promise you won't regret it.